What is up, guys? Back here, round 14 of the Madison Regionals. Odd review. We got Wesley once again. They ran him on stream twice. Probably didn't have a ton of options. This might have been the only win in round. With a good matchup going on. So we got Wesley with BuzzGarb versus Lapras. I'm sure they were tired of seeing BuzzRock on stream, so like just put BuzzGarb on again. It's a little bit more fun. Order pads are fun, right? So we got the Wesley with BuzzGarb versus Nolan with Lapras. Now this matchup is pretty favored for Buzzwole, I want to say. See the Lele Buzz start from Wes, and he's gonna go for the Lily. Last time we saw him go for the Cynthia over Lily, so I wonder what he's got in hand to make him go for the Lily this time. Curious. I think it's pretty favored for the Buzzwole. Like Fury Belt floats on. Okay, so yeah, he's gonna get 7 off it, so you may as well just go for the Lily there. If you need to draw supporter for your turn, see what he gets. Really wants to find a way to get a Trubbish, so I think that's what he's going for here. Oof. One thing important to note about this, about the Lapras deck, is Nolan is playing the, as far as I know, is playing Energy Switch, no Floatstone, and Manaphy. That's going to be a pretty weak start from Nolan as well. Oh, no, it looks like he's just setting up for the Artillery on the turn too, so it's not actually that bad. As I was saying, Nolan plays, I think, only Energy Switch and Manaphy, no Floatstone. So once Garb gets online, he just cannot maneuver his Pokemon around very well. So that's a big deal. So Nolan's going to be looking to attack with, what's it called early on for sure. He just wants to attack with the Baby Volcanion. He hopes that's not prize. That's going to be his main attacker for sure early on. And now we're going to see the Trubbish come out. Yeah, he just attack with Baby Volcanion. Ideally, attack with it before it can get Knuckle impacted or GX, but it looks like Wes might be able to knock it out immediately when it comes out. Wes doesn't want the spread damage to get around. Once again, you're trying to avoid with the Buzzwole deck. You just don't want your Fighting Fury Belts to be broken, the HP to be broken before you can utilize it on a fresh Buzzwole. So a Nolan wants to ideally spread 2 to 3 times, or 1 to 2 times, ideally 2, right? Yeah, 2 times on the Buzzwole GXs. Break the Fighting Fury Belts with the spread damage. Just punch it with the Baby Volcano as well. The paralyzing from the Lapras is a big deal in this matchup as well. If you can go N plus paralyze for a turn, maybe get that to stick. That's a big deal. Looks like we can see the Ultra Ball from Nolan. Finally gets to start setting up. Get another Lapras. Go for the Baby Volk here, actually. I don't know, because the other with the Volking, with the Buzzwole already ready and set up to Knuckle Impact or what's it called? I think you have to go with another Lapras here, and actually you're probably gonna look to paralyze that first Buzzwole with because I don't think Nolan plays Field Blower, so he has no way around Fighting Fury Belt or Shut Off Trash Lunge. The rest of his hand, it looks like it's just Aqua Patch, Max Elixir, Energy Attach, so that's pretty good for Nolan. See what he gets: Energy. And I think it is going to be the Aqua Patch, Attach, and then Abyssal Hand for 5. So that's a pretty good turn 2 from Nolan here. Let's see what he's got to confirm. Attach, Aqua Patch, yep. And then it should be the Abyssal Hand for 5. Pretty sick turn 2 from Nolan. Unfortunately, Wesley's active is not something Nolan really wants to hit. Man, is there another Ultra Ball in there? He could actually just, he's just going to go for the collect. So yeah. Maybe actually Nolan wants to look to go, I don't know, it's rough. The dealing with the Garb and everything is rough. There's the Guzma. So even though Wes's deck generally is a little bit slow early on and it's going to take knockouts through or apply early pressure through Jet Punch, if it just gets to sit there and attach 3 times and not be pressured, he will just Knuckle Impact or Absorption early on as well. And that's what we saw in this one so far. Wesley was not pressured at all early. He went first. He got the first energy attachment. Turn 3, third energy attachment. Guzma KOs what he wants. Kind of unfortunate for Nolan there. Should be able to see another Lapras set up on the bench here. Unfortunately, the Garb is set up, so he won't be able to move his active. And this is what I said. This is with the the Heavy Manaphy Energy Switch version. You don't have the Float Stones, so Garb completely shuts off all your mobility. He attaches active. Oh, we're going to see the energy switch active. So we should see the paralyze attack here. Ooh, and the Cynthia. All right. So this is where the energy switch is going to come in pretty handy. So we should see Nolan with the paralyze on the Buzzwole. Once again, I don't think he plays Field Blower. If he does play Field Blower, even if he doesn't have it this turn, he might go for the 190 attack. We'll probably just see the paralyze attack. I don't think there are Field Blower in this deck. Oh, that is a lot of water energy. I don't think you want to discard too many more of those. You're running out of Aqua Patches. You've already used 2 or 3 Aqua Patches, and there's still energy in the discard pile too. So just abuse Brooklet Hill and attach return is what I think we're going to be seeing from Nolan for a little while here. Whiffs that one, that's fine. He's hoping his active Lapras lives 2 turns, so he doesn't have to worry about that whiff to Max Elixir too much, and he'll have another Lapras ready to go soon. Yep, and there's the paralyze. Ideally from Wes, another Guzma maybe, but I think Wes would be fine with just finding energy, setting up AzulGG GXs to respond, knock these Lapras out. Looking for probably a Fighting Fury Belt here if this hits. It's going to be a Tails. Yep, it's just going to go set up the Buzzwoles. Ooh, an N is not great from West. It only allows him to draw the 4 cards, and he really needs to find Beast Ring here. Yeah, I think if he had hit that Order Pad Heads, he would have gone for the Fighting Fury Belt because you need Strong plus Fighting Fury Belt, plus the Beast Ring gets you to the 190. So that's kind of like the sweet spot. That's what you're looking for. It does it. In the versus the Buzz Rock, it's great, and then versus this matchup, it's also great. So yeah, we're looking for the looking for Beast Rings. West is looking for Beast Rings. Nolan's just looking for energy and Lapras. But he's got the Brooklet Hill in play, so he'll be able to find Lapras plenty. As long as they're in there. He actually only plays the 3 Lapras. This is something I'm not a fan in Lapras decks at all, is the 3 Lapras. Ooh, the Guzma KO is actually really nice here from from Nolan. Because now West will have to commit another energy to this Buzzwole, and then this Buzzwole will just get knocked out. Which means it's possible Nolan could just win in like 2 more turns. If depending on what. Okay, there's the Beast Ring. So that was a pretty good draw from West there. We see the Brooklet Hill. Probably just gonna grab another Buzz. Beast Ring, 2 energy on one of the fresh Buzzwoles, and now he has to decide to strong energy the Buzzwole with 3 energy, and he's just gonna go with that. I think that's just the correct play to go with. Just make sure you get the knockout this turn, and then over the rest of this turn plus next turn, find another strong / beast energy with a strong with a Fighting Fury Belt or beast energy to knock out the. So we see random receiver to Cynthia, very nice, Cynthia, and then find strong plus Fighting Fury Belt or just the beast energy to knock out the last Lapras to win the game. One thing to mention here is Nolan does not play a lot of Ed in his deck, so he's not unlike decks like Zorak or I don't know, Malamar decks. Not even Malamar decks can do it. But he's not going to consistently be able to have End with Artillery shut off, and his Lele's gone. So I mean, he's under ability lock guard, so the Lele wouldn't matter. But yeah, it's going to be hard for Nolan to be able to actually slow Wesley down at this point because he does not play. He's not play a heavy End count. I think he plays 2 N. Once again, he's under ability lock, so he can't Abyssal Hand. I'm not sure what's going on with this one. I've seen a lot of rulings going down that have delayed the game. So I think we're back. All right. So this is why I don't like. What was I mentioning? I'm not a big fan of 3 Lapras in the Lapras deck. I like 4. Just keep it consistent because if you prize one, if you lose a Lapras before you get a knockout, and then you get a knockout with your 2nd Lapras and your 3rd Lapras, even if it's in your 3rd and 4th prize, if they knock out that Lapras immediately, you just run out of attackers immediately. It worked out this game for Nolan. He's gonna get the knockout here, but if Wes has Beast Energy or Fighting Fury Belt, whatever it's called, Fighting Fury Belt, oh man, Fighting Fury Belt strong. Excuse me. Yeah, so I think you actually go to set up. So he actually should have Aqua Patch the Artillery, and then yeah, he even asked if he could move it, and then Max Elixir to the Remoraid. So that way you have the option to hug, and the Max Elixir is going to go on the Remoraid anyways. There's no reason to save the energy. You don't have any attackers left. You have to draw your last 4 prizes with this Lapras, or get off some cheeky hug play. 2 prizes with a Lapras and then some cheeky hug play, which is now way harder because he didn't Aqua Patch to it. Choice Band. And knockout. West needs Beast Energy or Fighting Fury Belt. Energy. There's the Brooklet. It's all in there. Beast Energy, 2 Fighting Fury Belts, and 2 Strong Energy. So it's all in there for West. He just needs to hit it. Whether or not he will hit it, we're about to find out. There we go. And I do generally think this matchup is favored for, like I said, the BuzzGarb. The Lapras can get off to a hot start, and just make it hard for BuzzGarb to get those couple crucial turns of trying to like thin out their deck. Serious Treasure, thin out the deck a little bit more. I'm just gonna fail immediately. Float to the Baby Buzz. And there's the Hala. So he's already GX'd there, and he's Hala. He needs to draw 7. Not a big fan of the Hala in here personally. You don't absorption that soon into the game. Would much rather have like, I don't know, extra random receiver or Sycamore, something like that. I'm not a big fan of the Hala in here, but it's coming to use on this turn for Wes here. They're once again being stopped from play. All right, sheesh. Yeah, we go. Strong was ooh, so I think the Hala was the 7th card was a big deal there. I think that was the Strong. All right, so we see game 1 go to West. Pretty standard on how the matchup actually ends up playing out. We need Nolan to get off to like a hot start for him to really have a chance to take over the game. Either like get Garbodor out of the game, which is a big deal if you can like knock out the first Trubbish, and then West just can't find another Trubbish. Another Lele start from West, not great. But Brooklet Hill comes into play immediately for Nolan, which is actually really good for West. West will be able to abuse that a lot, actually. You definitely want to avoid putting in the Brooklet Hill in play against BuzzGarb. That extra Pokemon Search is actually a huge deal for them. They can really abuse that. They can abuse that. That's basically, they can just abuse it. So you want to avoid putting it in play. So we should just see a Lapras here from Nolan. Looks like he has Energy Attached, Max Elixir Choice Band. So he has the potential to actually just start doing stuff next turn. We'll see what he got here. We'll see what he's got. So he attaches active. That's right. He's playing the Manaphy version, so you kind of have to commit energy attachments to your active. I'm not sure I'm a big fan of this one immediately, unless he plans to retreat immediately, because it is possible that his Remoraid gets knocked out from either Beast Jet Punch or Fighting Fury Belt Strong Energy Jet Punch. So I'm not a huge fan of immediately attaching to Remoraid. You could always do that next turn, right? But we'll see. He might retreat immediately if he can get a Manaphy. Okay, yeah. So he's gonna go. Yeah, he can go to retreat immediately. But now it's gonna be hard for him to attack with the Lapras. He'll have to get the energy switch. I don't know. Leaving it on bench would have been ideal, but leaving the Remoraid active is also not ideal. It's kind of an awkward situation, I guess. Now he needs to hit Aqua Patch, attach active Aqua Patch energy switch to start attacking next turn. You ideally just want to start drawing prizes as fast as possible. As Nolan here, West is actually off to a great start. Yeah, 2 Buzzwoles, gets the energy in play. Now I don't know if he can retreat to the Buzzwole. I don't know if he will to do the Jet Punch. It depends if Baby Buzzwole's in the deck. But even if Baby Buzzwole's in the deck, he still might not. If he gets like Flow Stone Fighting Fury, but I imagine for sure he will retreat to the Buzzwole and start Jet Punching. Pressure the Remoraid just in case Nolan whiffs. 6. So he can get one of the pieces off the order pad. I don't know if he has the other piece, and even if he hit a head, I don't know if he would. So yeah, we're just gonna see a pass here. We'll actually need quite a bit from Nolan though to actually take a knockout on this Lele, and he really wants to knock this Lele out. This is kind of like free prizes. You don't need the Guzma to bring it up, and then from there you can look to Guzma up like 2 Buzzwoles or something to close out the game. But yeah, Nolan definitely wants to get this knockout. Hitting with a Baby Volcanion actually here would be fine as well. I wouldn't hate to see him just here swing with Baby Volcanion. Wesley can't deal with it immediately. You can get 2 spreads on both the Buzzwoles on the bench. But maybe you go for that next turn. Just try and go for that Blizzard Bird knockout here. Looking through his deck, looks like he's gonna grab Manaphy with the Brooklet, Ultra Ball, Water N. I assume that's gonna be for another Lapras. Maybe the Baby Volcanion. Looks like he needs to support it for the turn. He's going with the Guzma. Interesting. So it looks like he probably has a knockout on one of the Buzzwoles then, which is actually gonna be pretty good. I have to assume he has it. He can go retreat, attach. So he's double Aqua Patch. There we go. Okay. I guess it would be attached on the. You could have retreated and not attached the energy though as well. But maybe you want something to hit into one of the Volcanions, I guess, afterwards anyway. So you should set up the Lele. Ideally, he just has another Lapras in play he could attach to, I guess, but you don't always get everything. Brooklet Hill from West. Going into Baby Buzzle here wouldn't be terrible, actually. And I think that's what he's just going to plan to do. Just take it slow. He's not sure. He could just end first and see what he gets. I wouldn't hate seeing him do that. Nope, looks like he's gonna look for the absorption. I mean, if he gets absorption plus Garbodor out here, that's pretty big. The absorption does get the knockout, and if he gets Garbodor online, and if he gets a Fighting Fury Pelt, he should just be able to take over this game. He just needs a Beast Ring. He's got a lot of outs. He still has 2 Order Pad plus 4 Beast Ring in deck. I mean, who knows how many are prized, but you play like I'm pretty sure it wouldn't be a ton. Probably has quite good odds, and he hits nothing. He's got to go with the pass. That's pretty rough from West there. Brooklet Hill should just see another Lapras come down. Oh, actually, Baby Volcane's better. Hitting with the Baby Volcane actually here is huge for Nolan, especially if West doesn't find another. Even if he does find another, yeah, hitting with the Baby Volcane is definitely optimal here. Right? Yeah. Just try and hit with the Baby Volcane. I mean, Guzma knockout a Buzzle is the way to go for sure. That's what you would ideally want. If Nolan had the Guzma knockout on another Buzzle on the bench, I'm pretty sure we would see West scoop. But he only has the N, which is great for West. West really wants to see a new hand. So now it's very possible West still just takes over this game. Yeah, if Nolan had the Guzma there, I'm pretty sure Nolan would just win. Did not have the Guzma. I'm sure West was hoping for this outcome here. So Nolan's just looking to take the knockout on the active Baby Buzzle then. With the Lapras off the bench, that is not a great hand. That hand is not going to do it. So we'll probably just see a collect from Nolan or a retreat to Lele and pass. Yeah, it's going to be one of the two. He's either going to retreat to the Lapras and collect, or he's going to retreat to Lele and pass. He could retreat to Remoraid and pass, actually. Yeah, I would like to see retreat to Remoraid and pass. I don't like this at all, actually, from Nolan. Why would you ever leave your Lapras in the active like that? It's very likely between the end plus what he draws, he's going to set up Garbodor, which means Octillery is useless. So just send up Remoraid and pass. Yeah, 100% send up Remoraid and pass. I don't like that from Nolan there. 100% should have done the Remoraid pass there. I don't like that. I don't like leaving up your Buzzle like that from Nolan. Yeah, that's just wrong. We see the Brooklet Hill, get enough of that. Buzzwole. Like there's like no way he whiffs the Garb here. We see he has it in his hand. Yeah, but it's very unlikely he whiffs the Garbodor between you ending him and then his draws for turn. So play like he's going to get Garbodor set up, which means you're not going to use Octillery, which means retreat to Remoraid and sacrifice the Remoraid there 100%. Now you just lose a Lapras. Especially like he had so it would have been different if Nolan didn't end him, but Nolan did end him, which means like his Wesley's hand obviously wasn't great off of Wesley's. What did Wesley play for his turn? I think Wesley played an end, so Wesley's hand obviously wasn't great off his own end. But because of the fact you just completely changed his hand from what it was to what it is, there's just a good chance that he's going to be able to hit stuff he needs this turn. Because now he gets to see 6 different cards plus whatever other cards he sees for his turn by playing a supporter. So yeah, retreat to Remoraid pass there is definitely the correct play. It's a shame we did not see it come out of Nolan. So it's actually possible. Oh, so yeah, because Wesley, it doesn't look like he's gonna hit another Beast Ring here. It's very possible Nolan could take over this game again. With a choice band here, knockout, and then gets Wesley off Beast Ring. And then Wesley will have to try and string together a knockout. But if Nolan does not see a knockout here, all he needs is a choice band. If he does not see the choice band here, the game should just go in favor of West. I guess if he doesn't see the choice band here, he can just paralyze attack, but that still just gives Wesley a turn to find Beast Ring, which is really what you're trying to avoid. You're trying to avoid the extra turn of Beast Ring here from Wesley. Probably just go to set up Baby Volk here. I can't imagine him doing anything else attached to Baby Volk. Or he had to attach active there. So GX attack for I don't know what happened there. He maybe said Blizzard Burn, but flipped his GX counter. I think that's what happened. That's the only reason I could think that there would be a discussion going on here. He must have said Blizzard Burn, and then flipped his GX counter. So we'll see what they end up going with. Yeah, I'm almost positive he said Blizzard Burn and flipped his GX counter. Or are they talking about if he had already GX? He definitely has not GX yet. All right, they're giving him the Blizzard Burn. That's the only thing that I could think of that came up there. Was he said Blizzard Burn, but flipped his GX counter. The intent should be obvious that, okay, there's the Beast Ring. So that's what Wesley was looking for. That's all Wesley really needs here to close out the game, I think, will be this Beast Ring. Just going to put it all on this Buzz. If he has Guzma here, he can just go take out the Manaphy. And then both Buzzes are pretty much ready to go. And I see the Goose, so we should be seeing that from Wes. Treasure away the Garb. He was thinking about Nest Ball initially, but you can always thin out the Nest Ball once a bench space opens up. So yeah, just use the Mysterious Treasure right now. Get rid of the Garbodor. You can always Nest Ball later for the Trubbish to thin it out later. We'll see the Guzma on the Manaphy. This guy comes up, Knuckle Impact. And he even has Knuckle Impact, kill on the Lele next turn. So we really need to see, I think we just need to see a Guzma out of Nolan to KO the Buzzwole off the bench, and then you kind of have to hope. No, you could just retreat, Choice Band, and kill the active, but I doubt Nolan has an N. Like I said, the deck just plays like no N. I think he could have attacked. No, he just put the energy in the Baby Volcanion. Yeah, the deck plays like 2N. He's already played down 1. I think maybe both. Both might be gone. So very little comeback potential in the Lapras deck a lot of the times. I'm pretty sure Wes just knows he has game here because he already saw Nolan retreat to the Lapras. That he has the Guzma in hand, so then all he needs to do is play the Guzma and win the game. Thinking about Energy Switch, going with the Sycamore. 3, 6, 7. Hey, there's the Choice Band finally. Would have really liked to have seen that last turn. I think Nolan had a good chance to win last turn if he had hit the Choice Band. And there's the Guzma for the game from Wes. One thing Wes didn't really see much in that series of all was actually fighting Fury Bell, which is actually huge in this matchup because it means the Lapras, because Nolan doesn't play Field Blower. Lapras can't actually one-shot Buzzwoles. So I think that game was pretty clean overall. I think maybe it would have played out better for Nolan if he had just committed to Baby Volcanion earlier on. Now, this isn't a matchup I played a whole ton, so I don't know quite the best way to go about it. But I think we would have liked to. I think I would have liked to have seen him just go Baby Volcanion early. Oh, then the big mistake from Nolan of leaving up the Lapras over just retreating to Remoraid. That was actually a big mistake on Nolan's part. I think if you just retreat there, I think he might have just won that game if he had done that retreat there. But yeah, then he just loses the Lapras with a Choice Band and 3 energy for pretty much no reason. Just retreat to the Remoraid there. Put Wes on odd prizes. I kind of want to go back to that play. What was it? He sent up the Baby Buzz because he whiffed Beast Ring. And then passed. So then you know he doesn't have Beast Ring that turn, which means he would have to top deck Beast Ring and then go Guzma Beast Ring to punish your play. So he literally needs to top deck Guzma or top deck Beast Ring. He literally needs to top deck Beast Ring. So you just play around that and you just retreat to the Remoraid there. That was actually a pretty big misstep from Nolan. I forget where it was. I think it was like right here. Yeah. Wesley shuffles up for N. He whiffs. Draws for turn now. Or to pet. Or this is the draw off the N. He hits heads. Or is this the draw for the next turn? This is the draw for the next turn, I think. But yeah, so when he whiffs, he ends and he whiffs everything and he retreats to Baby Buzzwole and passes. And then Nolan passes with Lapras active. While Beast Ring is active for Wesley, instead of just retreating to Remoraid and passing, meaning sure, Wesley could have Guzma in hand to punish this, but he needs Guzma and Beast Ring, and you know he does not have Beast Ring in hand because he would have done that last turn and knocked out your active, most likely. So yeah, that was a pretty big misstep on Nolan's part. He could have saved this Lapras, and I think he maybe would have just won the game if he had saved this Lapras, actually. because that's all he was missing later on was the choice band. So if he just had this choice band, even if it's on a different Lapras, he just needed a Lapras with the choice band attacking. Yeah, so that was a big misstep by Nolan there. Could have just, because he doesn't have Garbodor set up either. So you have the free retreat, just retreat to the Remoraid and pass. And the chance of him not setting up Garbodor next turn, because we talked about it, because Nolan ends this turn, plus Wesley will be able to use his supporter for the turn. The chance of Wesley not finding Garbodor on his next turn is super low. So you assume he's going to get Garbodor out. You're not going to use Octillery. You want to try and put Wesley on odd prizes somehow. So if you want to be like, okay, just attack into the Remoraid if you want, go ahead. I don't care. Send up the Remoraid. Maybe that even forces the Sledgehammer out for the turn, which gives Nolan another time to find Guzma to just chase Buzzwoles. Who knows? But definitely should have retreated to the Remoraid here. All right, that's going to do it with round 14 Madison Regional VOD review. Heading into the top cut and top cut matches after this. Thanks for watching, guys. Comment, like, subscribe. Follow me on Twitter. Follow me on Twitch. Links for all that stuff in the description down below. And have a good day. Peace.